there's definitely obviously a place for experts in a pandemic emergency. There's a place for experts in science at all times, and they should be listened to. And of course, it is the job of politicians, as everyone knows, to filter out, the noise and try and identify the signal, and to try and balance experts from different points of view against their previous record and what actually turned out to be the case last time they anticipated and projected and modelled and were found to be grotesquely in error, and to try and take that into account this time around. Nobody wants to see there be any unnecessary loss of life, but experts all come down on one side, and it's always precaution. It's always like medicalization, pathologization. It's always about trying to prevent preventable deaths, because that's, I'm not calling them corrupt or anything, or suggesting that they're wrong about that. That's just always their focus, and it always will be, because that's the culture they come from. And you combine that with the degree to which, frankly, I think at a subconscious level, and possibly even a conscious level for some of them, I'm not saying they're enjoying it, but the fact is it's probably been the most exciting couple of years of their lives. They've experienced, as I say, a huge elevation in status. They don't want it to end. The journalists don't want it to end. The media don't want it to end, because everyone is once again, just as legacy media was dying, people are once again absolutely glued to their screens, devouring news media from trusted sources. There are attempts by Joe Biden to criminalize anyone who puts misleading disinformation on Facebook, and to force Facebook and all social media companies to ban anyone who says something that isn't currently approved, even though people like Dr. Fauci, within very recent memory, were saying things about masks or social contact or whatever that would now get him banned if he were to say them now. Yeah. It's the whole culture has gone absolutely crazy for experts. And we have to get some kind of grip on understanding the limits of their capacity to guide our actions. They should be paid some attention, but they cannot be regarded as the only source of useful and usable information and opinion and wisdom. And they are all having a good pandemic. And people who aren't, and who want things to get back to some degree of normality, are out of the picture. They have no access. So they have no voice. There are millions of them, and they're just not being listened to. But you just don't hear from anyone who is talking about all the other manifest effects that this is going to have. The huge economic impact it's already had. And talking about economics next to life and death sounds callous, but it isn't. Economics causes death too. Economics causes blighted lives. Children who graduate from university in the midst of a recession have markedly worse lives for their whole lives, 60 years ahead of them, that will be badly hurt. We haven't even begun to deal with the economic fallout from what we've had already. You cannot just keep suppressing people like this. I just don't think it's healthy.